De Bruyne announced his departure from Man City at the end of the season in a sad message he shared on social media with all the fans of the Sky Blue team. But this sadness raises the question, is De Bruyne really as good as his fans praise him to be? Here we need to delve deeper for the answer. How do we measure the strength of humans? The measure is how many times life has hit them, but they managed to rise again, believing in their abilities and what they have, even though circumstances, logic, and the facts say otherwise. Here we are specifically talking about De Bruyne's story at Chelsea. This story started in the match between Genk, the Belgian team, and Chelsea in the Champions League 2011-2012 season. Chelsea thrashed Genk 5-0 in the group stage at Stamford Bridge, but the Belgian team fought hard on their home turf, drawing 1-1. In that match, there was a young player named Kevin, who didn't have a great game at that time, but something caught the eye of Michael Emenolo, Chelsea's director of football, who saw in him a great investment for the club's future. In fact, Chelsea's scouts had their eyes on the player even before that match, and they went ahead to sign him for €8 million in January 2012. However, he finished the season on loan at Genk, and when the summer of that year came, he was loaned again to Werder Bremen in Germany. At that time, Chelsea was going through a storm of managerial changes, and Kevin, playing in the Bundesliga with Werder Bremen, had an excellent season despite his team fighting relegation. Kevin played 33 league matches, scored 10 goals, and provided 9 assists, showing his versatility by playing in all attacking positions. In June 2013, Kevin's loan ended, and he returned to Chelsea, hoping to find his chance this time with the Blues, but he was faced with Jose Mourinho. Mourinho, undeniably a great manager, was under immense pressure at that time, and he was expected to deliver results by the club owner Roman Abramovich. The investments were massive, and there was no time for experiments. De Bruyne played only 132 minutes in the Premier League, which did not satisfy his ambitions. In an interview with 442 magazine about that period, Kevin was asked why he couldn't earn Mourinho's trust. De Bruyne replied, "I don't know and I don't care, honestly. I waited there for 4 months and then told myself I want to play football every week. At Chelsea, I didn't get the playing time I wanted, so leaving was the best option." In fact, only 6 months later, De Bruyne left Chelsea, heading to Germany again, but this time with Wolfsburg, in a permanent transfer for €22 million in January 2014. There, he had an excellent half-season, playing 14 Bundesliga matches, scoring 3 goals, and providing 6 assists. Kevin exploded in the following season, 2014-2015, playing 51 matches across all competitions, scoring 16 goals, and providing 28 assists. He had the highest number of assists in the top 5 leagues with 20 assists. During that explosive season, there was one match that could be considered the beginning of one of the most famous relationships in football history, between Wolfsburg and Bayern Munich. Pep Guardiola was the great coach of Bayern at that time, and De Bruyne and his team defeated Pep and Bayern for 2-1. Kevin had a legendary match, scoring 2 goals and providing 1 assist. After that game, Fernandinho, a former City player, shared a story about Pep and Kevin, saying that Bayern's scouting department had offered Kevin to Pep for a potential transfer. Pep reportedly rejected the idea, saying Kevin did not suit the team's style of play. Fernandinho claimed that Pep had already finalized his move to Man City and had sent De Bruyne there in advance to benefit from his services in the future. Although we cannot confirm the accuracy of this story, De Bruyne indeed joined Manchester City for €76 million in August 2015. He had a very good first season, playing 45 matches, scoring 17 goals, and providing 15 assists. Then, in 2016, Pep Guardiola took over at Man City, and this is where De Bruyne's legend at City began. It is the story of one of the greatest players in Premier League history. Together, Kevin, Pep, and the team lived the greatest era in the club's history, winning 6 English leagues, 2 FA Cups, 5 League Cups, and 1 Champions League. On a team level, De Bruyne was part of one of the best teams ever. On an individual level, we're talking about a genius in every sense of the word. De Bruyne is second in the all-time Premier League assist rankings with 118 assists, 117 of which came with City. and only one with Chelsea. Although he is far behind Ryan Giggs, who holds first place with 162 assists, De Bruyne is superior in terms of minutes per assist. De Bruyne averages an assist every 177 minutes, while Giggs averaged one assist every 287 minutes. Kevin also holds the record for most assists in a single season with 20 assists during the 2019 to 2020 season, equaling Thierry Henry's record from 2002 to 2003. Since joining City in 2015, De Bruyne has made at least 30 to more assists than any other player in the league during that period. He has created 827 goal-scoring opportunities, 290 for more than the player in second place. In terms of his complete and global nature, it is evident that no player has created more chances or goals in the top 5 leagues than him. Kevin De Bruyne is the 4th most involved player in goal contributions in the English Premier League since joining City, with 187 contributions. Ahead of him are only Salah, Kane, and Son. The strange thing is that he hasn't surpassed the 10-goal mark in a single season except in 2 seasons. In the 10 seasons he's played with Man City, Kevin has also scored and assisted against 30 out of the 33 teams he's faced in the Premier League. The teams that have suffered the most from his talent are Southampton, against whom he contributed to 14 goals, and Arsenal, with 12 goal contributions. One of Kevin's rare and extraordinary abilities these days is his capacity to score from outside the box. He has scored 7 direct free kicks and 41 goals from outside the box. We will all remember his partnerships with Holland, but Holland wasn't the player Kevin assisted the most. The player who received the most assists from Kevin was Aguero, for whom Kevin provided 19 assists. Pep Guardiola commented after Kevin announced his departure from City at the end of the season, saying it was a sad day but also a happy one. In the end, we had the privilege of personally experiencing Kevin. Kevin De Bruyne is the genius of his generation in midfield and one of the legends of the game in general, and especially in the Premier League. He will be remembered by all for his unforgettable touches, particularly by fans of the Sky Blue team, as one of the greatest players to ever wear that shirt, and one of the players who helped make that club world-renowned.